he says, "The problem with teachers is what's a kid gonna learn from someone who decided his best option in life was to become a teacher." He reminds the other dinner guests that it's true what they say about teachers. Those who can do, those who can't teach. I decide to bite my tongue instead of his and resist the temptation to remind the other dinner guests that it's also true what they say about liars. But we are eating after all, and this is polite conversation. I mean, Taylor, you're a teacher, he says. Come on, be honest. What do you make? And I wish he hadn't done that. Asked me to be honest. Because I have a policy about honesty and ass-kicking. If you ask for it, I have to let you have it. You want to know what I make. I make kids work harder than they ever thought they could. I can make a C+ feel like a Congressional Medal of Honor and an A- feel like a slap in the face. How dare you come to me with anything less than your best. I can make students sit in study hall for 40 minutes in absolute silence. No, you may not work in groups. No, you may not ask a question. Why won't I let you get a drink of water? Because you're not thirsty, you're bored. That's why. I make parents tremble in fear when I call them at home. Hello, Ms. Williams. Hope I haven't caught you at a bad time. Just wanted to tell you something that Billy said in class today. He said, "You leave the kid alone. I still cry sometimes, don't you?" And it was the noblest act of courage I have ever seen. I make parents see their children for who they are and what they can become. You want to know what I make? I make kids wonder. I make them question. I make them criticize. I make them apologize and mean it. I make them write. And then I make them read. I make them spell out definitely beautiful. Definitely beautiful. Definitively beautiful over and over and over until they will never misspell either one of those words again. I make them show all of their work in math and hide it in their final drafts in English. I make them understand that if you have this, then you follow this. And if someone ever tries to judge you by what you make, you give them this. Now let me break it down, and you know what I say is true. I make a difference.